growth and success of your career. So we want to welcome you. We're Christine and Anya. I own Chroma Salon, and Anya is from Anya Wozni Creative. If you guys haven't met us yet, we've both been in the building for a little while. For me, it's been 3.5 years. It'll be 4 years in September, and almost just as long for Anya, just slightly less.
Yep.
We both have the same wallpaper in our suite, and that was completely coincidental.
That's a really fun fact, because Christine, like the first year, we didn't even speak to each other, but then we have the same exact wallpaper, and then now
Look at us now, girlfriend.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. So we're going to get started with our slideshow presentation. I've just got to bring up my screen here. I'm going to share my screen with you. Awesome. I'm going to bring up this one. Perfection. And we're just going to full screen this so you guys can see the whole thing. Can you see it? Can you see it, Anya?
I can see it.
Perfect. Okay, that means everyone else can see it too. All right, just like I said, guys, welcome. It's week 2. Recession Proof is the name of this course, and week 2 is going to be all about creating your marketing funnel, one of the most important and impactful aspects of your business, whether you're aware of it or not. So guys, this week you're going to learn about assessing what is and isn't working in your business, finding your ideal client, attracting a continuous flow of new clients, and converting your social media likes into real life money in the bank. Sound good? I think so.
We want, it's not a popularity contest.
No, it's not a popularity contest. That's right. It has actually nothing to do with the number of followers you have. So today we're going to get started with a reflection. Anya, are you going to be leading this reflection this evening, or me?
Yeah, I just really want us to take a look at last week, and I hope that many of you, I hope that all of you got to work and were able to work on your money mindset reset, but as well, like some tangible things like your budget, like plugging in some numbers, getting a clear picture of where you are sitting financially. So just mostly, like, if anybody would like to share what if the money mindset revealed anything to you that you maybe weren't aware of before. And were some of the questions challenging? I know that Giselle had mentioned in one of my midweek lives, she said, oh, that was hard to answer some of the questions. And I think it is. And some of them we just maybe never thought about, and we really had to dig in order to see. But of course, you don't have to share here, but these are just some things you want to reflect on to really get the most out of those exercises and be real with yourself, right? Especially with going through your budget. Maybe you're sitting, wow, like maybe you learned something really amazing, like, holy crap, I actually did better than I thought, or you realize I could really pick things up once we get going again. And I think that that's the point of all these exercises that we give you, is just this reflection and guiding you to look from a perspective you may have not looked from before.
I think you really have to get in the habit of reflecting on your business, and this time off is really probably going to help set that in motion for you. Looking back on your business, your numbers, your clientele, your why of why you're doing what you're doing, all of those things are so important to the success of your business. So doing these reflections on a regular basis can be really good for your business to do, on your own, with a partner. Me and Anya like to share, things with each other. Sometimes it's good to have an accountability partner that way. But I wanted to tell my story. For me, the mindset of money was actually really key to taking my business to the next level. Probably most of you don't know that I worked for Salon Danielle for almost 10 years. Amazing salon, high end. We charge pretty good money and give a good client experience. But what I didn't really realize at the time was that my beliefs about my self-worth and my work were so moderate that I did not raise my prices more than twice over that 10-year period. And it took until I opened my business to realize why. And it was doing these reflections, thinking about the way I was raised and how I was, how I was taught that money should be spent, how it should be saved. I grew up with parents that were both on disability insurance. My mom was a hairstylist and she ended up with carpal tunnel. My dad had a back injury at work. We had very little income, lived in the small town of Wyoming, Ontario, very close to Sarnia, Ontario, where I spent the rest of my life, in a small little house with very little in it. And still, my mom to this day thinks that spending money on just about anything is a waste. So that gets drilled into your head as a child. And then when you go to charge your clients and you say that big number, you feel like you're stealing from them, or you feel like it's not worth it for them to pay you that much for your time. And that's reflected in your income. And many hairdressers struggle with asking for money for something they love to do. This is common across our industry as a whole. I think we can all agree there's been times when we should have charged more and we didn't. Agreed?
I would agree. Even how about humans have a hard time charging what they're worth?
Totally.
That's it. No matter.
Yet some people have no problem charging what they're worth and then some. It's funny that way.
Limb here, because I know we're like in a really safe place with a bunch of women. Women have a hard time charging what they're worth and asking for what they want and negotiating. And this goes outside of a scenario where you are owning your own business. It's negotiating salaries. That's why we get paid less in the workforce. We have a hard time realizing our worth. And especially now when you're in your studio, you're very isolated. You have nothing to really compare it to. That's why communities like this and like this group is so important, because you mentioned something, Christine, like accountability partner. Like this is your accountability group right here. Like this is gold, with friends.
Especially since we all can relate to one another in the same building and everything, right? We know how it works for each other.
Gianna says that she has a hard time, especially with friends and family. And I think with that is just don't make your friends and family your bread and butter if that's really tough for you. I don't know how it happened, but at some stage, I implemented a discount for friends and family because I think it's only fair. And I do want them to give them some sort of advantage because they know me and they're part of my life, but they don't get to come in outside of regular hours, because I refuse to work extra to do people's hair for a discounted price. But they know the discount and I never budge. And, it feels very good because you don't feel taken advantage of. And I find that it makes them appreciate the hair more because they paid for it. I found when I was doing things for my friends and family for free, they'd always complain, which you'd think it'd be the opposite, that like if they paid, they complain. But all of a sudden, because they got it for free, they felt like this, all of a sudden they got to tell you every little thing that is wrong with their hair because they can't. Your clients will just wait the 10 weeks to let you know if something didn't work for them. But if you know them, you got to hear it all the time. So it's a little bit.
I think another key thing too is just making sure people are aware that you're giving them a discount.
Yes.
Back in the day, I used to just take the $10 off and they wouldn't even really realize that the price was less. Looking back, they probably didn't even know. So they couldn't have even appreciated the discount I was giving them because I automatically took some money off their color. Make sure you're telling them. I like your percentage. I've gotten away from doing all friends and family hair. I've just really kind of given them away to people I know I can trust because it's just not something that I want to spend my time on anymore. So it depends on what your prerogative is there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep moving on.
As Kimberly says, she says her sister pays full price. And she loves that she barters. I never was about the bartering, but Christine and Kimberly barter quite a bit. And then I got on the barter train because you know what? It is a great way to support someone, save money. And especially within our suites, it's really nice to barter because those people.
What can we offer each other, right? What energy exchange can happen?
Me and mostly with Julia, like she bartered with me. And I think, hey, maybe she lost out on the $250 that I would have paid for my facial. I hope she doesn't mind me sharing this information. But I said, hey, do this, show me what you got. And I promise you, if you're good, I will send you clients. And she ended up getting so many clients from me because I was so willing to promote her. And this is going to be wonderful. This is a great segue into a marketing funnel because this is a way of marketing in the marketing funnel. So let's begin.
So